warm welcome to all the students of class 8th. In this video, we are going to revise chapter 9, which is carbon. Children, please note that this is the first part of the video. So, carbon is basically a very important element which is found in every living being, and it has a lot of uses. The food that we eat also contains compound of carbon. Now, the carbon compounds are also used in medicines. The clothes we wear also have carbon compounds in them. It also exists in the form of diamond, which is used as a gemstone. And in the form of graphite, carbon is also used in industries. So, in the form of graphite, it is in large quantities as compared to diamond. The symbol of carbon is C and the atomic number is 16. Atomic mass of carbon is 12. The electronic configuration of carbon is 2 and 4, which means that in the inner shell it has 2 electrons and in the outer shell it has 4 electrons. The valency of carbon is 4. Children, carbon exists in both the states, free state as well as in combined state. So in free state, it exists in the form of coal, diamond and graphite. And in the combined state, it exists in the form of oxides, carbonates, hydrocarbons and complex compounds. So hydrocarbons are basically the compounds of hydrogen and carbon only. So in the free state, coal and diamond and graphite. So coal is basically the decomposition of product of plants which were buried millions of years ago due to the natural phenomena. And the plants contain carbon compounds and their buried remains were slowly converted into carbon. Now, diamond and graphite. Diamond and graphite are the crystalline form of carbon which is found in the nature. Graphite is more abundant than diamond, which means that it is found in large quantities as compared to diamond. Now, in the combined state, it exists in the form of carbon dioxide. So, air contains 0.03% of carbon dioxide. Then, it is also found in living organisms. All the living organisms, whether plants or animals, have carbon compounds in them. So everything that we eat is actually derived from either from plants or from animals, and these have carbon compounds in them. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats and vitamins, these are also the compounds of carbon. So we can see that carbon is everywhere. Now it is also found in minerals. So all the carbonate minerals contain carbon. Example, limestone and marble. Now, carbon is also found in natural gas. Natural gas and petroleum, they mainly consist of hydrocarbon. And natural gas is mostly methane and petroleum is basically a mixture of various hydrocarbons which consist a lot of carbon atoms in them. Now, compounds of carbon are actually divided into two, organic compounds and inorganic compounds. So organic compounds are those compounds which contain carbon. There are some exceptions to it. So carbon monoxide is the first exception, carbon dioxide, carbonates and hydrogen carbonates. These are the exceptions. Although they contain carbon in them, but these are not organic compounds. Now the next one is inorganic compounds. So all the compounds which do not have carbon in them are inorganic compounds, but they also include carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, carbonates and hydrogen carbonates. All the exceptions that we studied in organic compound. Now, carbon and its compounds. So we are going to study allotropy. So what is allotropy? It is actually the phenomenon of some elements which exist in different forms. So the term allotropy is derived from the Greek words allos and tropos. Allos means other and tropos means form. So the different forms of an element are basically known as allotropes. Now we can see the allotropes of carbon. The first one, it is It exists in crystalline form as well as in amorphous form. So in the form of crystalline, it exists in the form of diamond, graphite, fullerenes and carbon nanotubes. And in amorphous form, it exists in the form of charcoal, lamp black, coke, gas carbon. And in this chapter we are going to study about wood charcoal, bone charcoal and sugar charcoal as well. Now children, what are the characteristics of crystalline solid? So we just read a term crystalline solid. What does it mean? So crystalline solids, actually the particles of crystalline solids are arranged in an ordered manner and the particles form a three-dimensional network. And when they are broken, they have sharp and plain faces. Whereas amorphous solids, in this the particles are not arranged in ordered manner. As you can see in the picture that the particles are not arranged in an ordered manner. And the broken pieces have curved faces. Whereas see, the crystalline solids, the particles are arranged in ordered manner and they have a three-dimensional network as well. Now, crystalline and amorphous solids. Crystalline solids are basically those solids which have definite geometrical shape, for example rock salt, alum and sugar. And amorphous solids are those solids which do not have definite geometrical shape, which means they do not have fixed shape, for example gas carbon, pitch and plastic. Now we have studied that diamond and graphite, these are the crystalline form of carbon, which means that they have definite shape and they have sharp edges. And coal is actually formed from the dead remains of the plant. Now we are going to read about some organic compounds. Some organic compounds, the first one is hydrocarbons. The examples are methane, benzene, butane, acetylene. Now we are going to read about alcohols. The examples are methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, then sugars, glucose, acids, acetic acid and citric acid. So these are the organic compounds of carbon. Now children, let us read about diamond, which is a... So diamond basically is the costliest gemstone and pure diamond is made up of carbon only, and this is also represented by the symbol C. And diamond is the hardest natural substance which is known so far, and for cutting a diamond you need another diamond. It is found in Australia, Botswana and South Africa. And diamonds are formed at high temperature and pressure below the Earth's surface, artificially produced by heating graphite at high temperature and pressure. So diamonds are artificially produced if you heat graphite at a very high temperature and pressure. Now these are the properties of diamond. The first one is it is the hardest solid known so far. No other solid is as hard as diamond. Its density is 3.51 gram per centimeter cube. The next point is it has a very high refractive index. Now diamond also has a very high melting point, which is 3930 degree Celsius. Now diamond is a very bad conductor of heat and electricity, and it burns in air at 900 degrees Celsius to give carbon dioxide. Now can you see the structure of diamond on the screen? So what happens in the structure of diamond? Diamond actually shares electrons with each of the four neighboring carbon atoms, and a figure like this is formed. The next one is graphite. Graphite is actually a black and opaque solid, and this is artificially prepared by strongly heating coke with silica. Now let us see the properties of graphite. So the density of graphite is 2.2 gram per centimeter cube, and it is very soft. See, both diamond and graphite are the forms of carbon, but diamond is very hard whereas graphite is very soft. Now graphite melts at 3700 degrees Celsius, whereas diamond has another melting temperature. Now graphite is a good conductor of heat and electricity, whereas diamond is a very bad conductor of heat and electricity. Do you know the meaning of good conductor? It means that it allows heat and electricity to pass through it. Now diamond burns in air at 700 degrees Celsius and gives carbon dioxide. So although these two are the forms of carbon, they have different characteristics, different properties. Now uses of graphite. Graphite is used in electrodes and it is also used as a solid lubricant for machines. Graphite is also used to make pencil. The lead of the pencil is actually made up of graphite. Now it is also used for making crucibles for casting metals and all the mixtures. A mixture of graphite and linseed oil is used for painting things which are made up of iron. And graphite is also used in nuclear reactors. Now can you see the structure of graphite? See, this is the structure of graphite. These are the carbon atoms and the force is actually very weak. Now what is the difference between diamond and graphite? Although these two are the forms of carbon, but they have different properties. So the first point of distinction is that diamond is a poor conductor of heat and electricity, whereas graphite is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Diamond burns at a temperature of 900 degrees Celsius to produce carbon dioxide, whereas graphite burns at a temperature of 700 degrees Celsius to produce carbon dioxide. Now one more point of distinction is diamond is very hard, whereas graphite is very soft. Now let us look at some questions related to the topic we have studied so far. So the first question is, we have to name any three sources of carbon in which it exists in the free state. So we have studied that it exists in the free state in the form of coal, diamond and graphite. Now name three inorganic compounds containing carbon and three organic compounds which contain carbon. So inorganic compounds are carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide and calcium carbonate, and organic compounds are methane, glucose and butane. Now what are the following called? The first one, solids which have definite geometrical forms. So the solids which have definite geometrical forms are crystalline solids, and the examples are diamond and graphite. The second one is solids which do not have definite geometrical shape. These are amorphous solids. The examples are coke and lamp black. Now we have to define allotropy and we have to name any two elements which exhibit this property. So allotropy is basically the phenomenon of some elements which exist in different forms. The examples are carbon and oxygen. They both exist in different forms. Carbon exists in the form of diamond, graphite, oxygen in the form of ozone, right? Now what are the three properties of diamond? So diamond is basically the hardest solid which is known so far. It has a very high melting point which is 3930 degrees Celsius, and it is a bad conductor of heat and electricity. There are many characteristics, many properties that we have studied of diamond. Children, take out your notebook now and do the following questions in your notebook. So the first question is, give an example of amorphous form of carbon. The second one is, what conditions are required for the formation of diamonds? The third one is, what is lead of the pencil made up of? Fourth one is, name the hardest substance known. And fifth one is, which among the two, diamond or graphite, is a good conductor of heat and electricity? If you need more time, pause this video and do the work. That's it for the day. Goodbye and take care.